Lie down. If you have a strap, have it nearby. Draw your knees into your chest. Hi, Susan. And you have a little more space. And circle your knees. Pull your right knee in. Send your left leg tall to the sky. Flex and point your foot. Hold the flexion. Circle the leg. Try to keep it long and tall. Go the other way. Hold it in the center and then send it all the way down to the floor. Grab your strap, loop up your right foot, send your right leg up. Push down through your left leg, anchor. Find resistance on the strap at the ball of the foot and push into it. Melt your shoulders down and back, lengthen the neck. Soften your face. And allow the toes to flex toward your face a bit, deepening perhaps the experience of a calf. Hold the strap in the right hand, keep anchoring the left side, maybe add your left hand to it, and take the leg to the right. Use your right elbow as a brace. Hold steady here, rotate your leg so that the toes turn toward the floor, inner thigh toward the ceiling. Let the breath fill your torso. Find resistance as you pedal through the ball of that right foot, pull on the strap. And then keep that resistance as you flex the foot, toes toward you, heel even more toward the sidewall. Squeeze inner and outer thigh and lift the leg up. Switch to the left hand, stretch out through the right arm. Roll your right hip away from you as you bring the leg across. Turn your head to the right. Push down against the floor as you rotate the right arm all the way around. Pushing into the floor when you can. And switch directions. Line up the arm and the shoulder, look to the back right corner of the room. Point your left toes. Look to the front right corner of the room. Look at your wrist, right elbow, right shoulder. And bring the leg up. Give it a nice stretch toward your face once again. Feeling that scissor split here. Bend the right knee. Remove the strap. Bring the left knee in. Figure 4. Reach behind the left leg. Gently apply pressure here. Counter pressure as you press the thigh into the hands. The interlaced fingers pull toward you and the leg presses away. Feeling a dynamic stretch in that right butt. Maybe. Melt your shoulders again. Tipping it over to the left side. Release the hands, let the whole figure 4 fall to the floor. Well, sorry, just the left leg. and push the right knee toward the wall. First toward the ceiling, maybe it's angled toward you. Push it vertical. And if it goes more horizontal, you can press the knee forward toward the front of the room, kind of like a double pigeon on this angle. You may flop, that might be a super open joint, or that may be a more resistant joint. You don't force it. Don't try to have it be anything it's not. Just go to your edge and breathe there. And I'm kind of going to the edge, backing off the edge, going back to the edge, and I'm pulsing it this way. I'm bringing it slightly in toward me and then pressing it away. Let it relax, find the slack in that hip, and you can leverage with your left foot, make your way back over to your back body, hug both knees in. Relax here, rocking a little bit side to side with your legs held nicely. Sling your fingers around your left shin, send your right leg up, and flex and point the right foot. Relax your shoulders to the floor, relax your face. Observe the foot. Flex it firmly and give the leg a circle, trying to keep it straight and tall. Switching the direction. Hold it center and send it to the floor slowly. Give that left knee a pull toward the body and then loop up your left foot. Send your left leg up to the sky. And have the strap resistance against the ball of the foot. And find counter resistance of pulling with the strap and pressing with the foot. You find that sweet spot and then you draw the straight leg towards you. And then pull the toes towards you, extending through the heel for a nice, rich experience there. Breathe. Really enjoy the breath. Let it fill all of your cylinder, the cylinder of the torso. And let it fall open to the left. Anchor your right side down. You can use your hand. You can use the leg in awareness. Externally rotate that left thigh. Flex the foot. Draw the leg up. Extend the left arm out, pin it to the floor, rotate your left hip away from you as that leg falls over to the right side. Let's point the toes, the right toes. Look out to the left, push down into the floor with your left arm and begin to circle it around. And when you can push into the floor, use that leverage for It helps get it more into the shoulder, and then switch directions. Left arm in line with the shoulder when it arrives. Look to the back left corner of your room. And front left corner of your room. And look at your hand, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder. Reach to the left arm, bring that leg back up nice and firm. Pull it towards you, give it a little bit more. Zhuzh. And then come into a figure four, crossing left ankle over the upper right knee. Take up the strap to the side. Reach behind your right thigh, pull on in. Find that interesting push and pull as you pull with your hands and press your knee toward the front wall. You can pulse that too. You can also use, of course, your left forearm elbow to help coax that leg so that the sensation goes nicely into the left butt. Melt the shoulders. They want to, mine want to creep up here. Happy almost birthday to Karen on the 4th. She's a 4th of July baby. She had a big bash on Saturday night. And then you can't take your hands out of there. Let the whole figure four fall over to the right. And maybe that's a lot for the left knee just to face up toward the ceiling. And maybe for you, the joint is more open and the knee wants to go almost into that double pigeon shape. Mine is somewhere in the middle. Mine's like a 45-degree angle, so it's not straight up. It's halfway. I might be too generous. It's like a little ways pointing toward the front of the room. And that's great. Like, this is maximum stretch for me. I'm like super, I'm at my edge. I feel it, but it's not pain. And the leg comes in and the leg goes out. You don't have to do that. You could hold still. I like to back away from the edge and then go toward it. I'm pulsing here. Might get a little, as that synovial fluid starts to, I guess, accumulate or move or soften inside that hip, you may notice the range opens up. Like a melting feeling, at least. Oof. Bring it back to a safe vertical or more toward you position. You can use your right foot to help you steer back to the center. Uncross, grab hold of your ankles or feet for a happy baby, flexion through the feet, and push your elbows into your knees and vice versa. Again, melting the shoulders. Feet toward the ceiling, arms pulling the legs deeper into the stretch. Playful here if you want, or just hold the position. But you could straighten the leg and then the other leg. Kind of spider leg. And then let it go. Have a block. And remember, I've had to do this recently and I was kind of surprised at how great it was. You can always use a pillow, a couch pillow, anything. You can use a bathrobe for a strap. These things, I know you guys know this, but it doesn't have to be a traditional block. What does that mean anyway? They used to be bricks. So put a block between your inner knees, like higher than the knee, but not as high as the inner thigh. Feet are flat. Be comfortable here. So feet are about, if your heels would be lined up with the center of each buttock, your shoulders are relaxed, your hands are relaxed, and you're going to start to pulse your legs against the block. And what we want is our adductors to turn on, AD, so our inner thighs to do this work. At first, that may not be clear in any way that that's what's happening. You might have a lot of other muscles trying to participate. After a little while, we hope it becomes more clear that it is the inner thighs doing this action. So the other ones realize they're not being asked to do this. Pay attention. Maybe even put your hands on the inner thighs. Are they squeezing? Is your mind aware of this? Maybe you may need to make the block wider. I'm going to try that because my inner thighs are not the only ones doing this yet. I should say like the most prominent, because other ones are going to definitely going to be involved, but you want them to be the leaders. Here they go. Finally turning on. We'll do 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on one. Give it a nice strong squeeze if you can. Try to feel those suckers. And release. I'm just going to look at you guys for a sec. Give me a thumbs up if you felt the inner thighs, or give me a thumbs sideways if you didn't, and a thumbs if you're not sure, and a thumbs down if you definitely didn't. I have 2 thumbs up, and Joelle, I can't see a thumb. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, it's just in the shadow. And Elena, I can't see your thumb. Okay, everyone felt it, good. All right, do you guys have your strap? If you do, you don't need it for this. I just think it might be a fun experiment. So make a loop with your strap pretty that you can fit your legs through. And we're going to bring it kind of the same place, like mid-thigh. This happens to be a very good one. This is a Manduka one. It has an old-fashioned, I think these are called D rings. I just love it so much when they actually lock. I love it so, I still remember the day when I figured like, oh, it took me a really long time to figure out how to use the buckle on those Iyengar ones. It's embarrassing. Okay. So I want to be able to take my knees a little bit, basically in line with my hips. And I want the strap to actually be, don't get too hung up on it. If it's a pain, just don't worry about it because it's not adding all that much, but it is sort of interesting. So I'm going to push my thighs again out against the strap. So kind of the opposite, literally, I guess the opposite. So these are the abductors, abductors. And now I'm just holding that statically. So I'm pushing out against the strap. You could even use your hands. Try not to let the foot roll. So keep the big toes gripping even to the floor. I am supinating my feet. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep my the big toe rooted, even at the ball of the foot. And then push the knees out. Trying to cheat, I guess, at the ankle is really what's happening. Now, with this squeeze, I'm going to try to isolate my buttocks. We worked on this last week, not tucking the tail. So let's do what I don't want you to do, which is tuck the tail and squeeze your glutes. You feel that? So now you have imprint spine, you're pushing against the strap, and you can feel your glutes. That's great. That's all well and good. But we want to isolate them. So relax fully. Let your lower back arch. you could fit your palm under there, at least that big an arch. Probably not like a muffin or even like a flat cupcake, just the palm of your hand, maybe 1.5 inches. So there is an anterior tilt to your pelvis. I want you to keep that. Push your legs against the strap. And then without tucking your tailbone at all, squeeze your glutes. They feel like, to me, as if they're wrapping. Oh, it feels almost circular. Now, I think I've been doing this for 2 weeks, and I've noticed an actual shape to my butt happening, like an actual. Now, I know you guys have really nice butts, but mine is flattened over the years. It's not what it was. And I've noticed it's somewhat better, somewhat more muscled, which I really, 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 really want. I'm realizing how important these muscles are. I've not counted at all. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and a 3, and a 2. Squeeze on one, squeeze your butt, and release. Okay. Rest for a moment. Let's keep this shape. Keep pressing out against the strap. Take your hands, interlace them. You can have a steeple or not steeple, but I would like your palms touching all the way to the heel of the hand, arms straight, and you're going to reach as far as you can behind you, trying to bring at least your thumbs to the floor, maybe your forearms to the floor, and then straight up over the chest. We'll do 30 of these. Try not to change the position of the lower back. And if you can, keep pushing out against the straps so you're getting that extra benefit of abduction. 13, 14, 15. Switch the cross of your fingers at some point. I'm dominating with my right arm somehow. I don't want to do that. And 5, and 4, and 3, and a 2, and 1. Whew. Okay. Take the strap off, put it to the side. Take your block, put it back between the legs, and take the arms out in a T. Field goal your arms. So bend your elbows, make fists. And then you're just going to push down into the floor. So this will draw your shoulder blade. I should be more specific. Push down with your elbow bones into the floor. This will slide the shoulder blades into their correct position and slightly toward each other. We're not looking for like a big bridge here. It's more the subtlety of adjusting the shoulder blades yourself. And this is postural, so it's very elegant. The effect is very elegant. It really helps low back pain, hip pain, to get the shoulders into the right place. Not to mention, of course, shoulder blade, upper back pain, shoulder pain. And we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Joel, fist straight up to the ceiling. Yeah, and you're just pushing down with the elbows. 5, 4, that's it. 3, 2, 1. Now take your hands, make fists still with the thumbs facing toward your chin. Place them on your temples. So kind of like where you have rings are touching your temples. Open your elbows all the way to touch the floor. So you've got hands on your face. Can you open your elbows all the way to the floor? Thumbs angled toward your chin, and then elbows all the way together. We'll do 25. Squeeze that block. Each time you want to get both elbows down and both elbows together. And lots of pressure, squeezing adductors. All the way down, all the way up. Excellent. Whew. And then relax the arms open. Turn your head right and left. While we're here, let's do that vagal nerve reset. Interlace your hands at the base of your skull. Face stays up toward the ceiling the whole time. Take your eyeballs to the right without moving your face. So keep your face neutral. Eyes all the way to the right and back as far as they can go. Once you've yawned, it's good on this side. It's sort of like an orgasm. Like there may be more to it than you might be like, oh, I'm still yawning. And then face to the center. And then eyes to the left and to the back of the room. And it's already working for me on this side too, which is great. This side's usually really not as good for me. Ah. All right. It may take, some days it takes a lot longer. Face to the center. When I meant eyes to the center. And you take as long as you need. We're gonna turn over to the side. Join us here if you're still waiting for that yawn. Have the block between your legs. And the angles matter here. So you want a really clean 90 degrees. That right arm is in line with your right shoulder. The knees are stacked to the right. And as I always mention, that top knee is gonna want, even no matter how hard you try, it's gonna wanna, at least mine does, slide unstacked to the left of it. So we wanna, that's the focal point, is to keep them really truly stacked. And then your left arm is gonna open. Try to line up your head with your spine. I'm gonna off here, let me adjust. And then that left arm tries to go to the floor. Turn your face to the left. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now my arm is nowhere near the floor, just FYI. If I keep my knees super stacked and the alignment really good, it's just not there. And as I talked about last week, it's very profound. It's been very profound for me to notice I am the one holding the tension. Like, what is keeping my left arm down? It isn't, something isn't wrong. It's just that I am the one holding the muscles tightly. This has been profound for me in my relationships, because I'm like, I am the one holding the resistance, the anger, the resentment. I'm holding it. It doesn't feel that way, but it's true. And it's helped me to let go of it. Not a lot, not as much as I wish, but somewhat. And this, for me, for whatever reason, is a really useful analogy or metaphor, or it's kind of neither. It's like a practice how to let go of stuff I'm holding. It's holding me back, keeping me blocked. Squeeze the legs and bring the knees on up. Oh, shift your way over to the other side. Take your time. Alignment matters. Knees in line with the hips. Right knee very much stacked on top of the left. You don't need the block there, by the way. I like it. I think it's really nice. You could also try it at your ankles. I'm going to try it there. Left arm out in line with the shoulder. Head in line with the spine. Right arm tries to reach to the right. Turn the face to the right. And breathe right into the area of your resistance. And I guess if you don't have any resistance in this pose, just savor it and enjoy the depth of your twist. And there is just this sort of fascinating yes, thing unraveling in my awareness right now. Like there's so much sensation on my left middle back. I'm just watching it as it gives up the fight. Man, it sure doesn't want to. Kind of like watching an ego, like an ego structure dissolve in real time. And squeeze the legs when you're ready and bring it back to the center. I fear I didn't give us as long on that side. And rock yourself on up.
Did you guys fight your own ego? Thumbs up. Did you feel it? Thumbs sideways, thumbs down, metza, metza. Or I guess not fight it. Did you feel it? Did you feel it fighting you? Did you experience your ego? Metza, metza. Thumbs up. Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, mine is quite prominent. Knees wide, feet together, head dropped, shoulders heavy. I'm just a soft child's pose. Please modify for your knees or hips or whatever, abdomen, whatever issue. The sound I'm making, I believe, is one of surrender. And just humbling. Letting the chest soften, shoulders soften, throat soften. Forehead soften. And from the softening, there's this beautiful extension that can happen. See if there is some more room for you to stretch your arms out and spread the fingers. Look forward and then push your body up.
Inhale, lifting the chest. Lift the sits bones, the tailbone up as well, so that your body is held between the shoulders and the hips. By body, I guess I mean spine. I mean spine. And let the spine continue to sink. Whoa. So there's going to be the place where you hold it, and then I want you to sink. And again, for me, there's like terror here. I'll turn to the side. So here's the place where I'm comfortable. Here's the place where I'm terrified. Do you have one of those? Is there a sinking here that you can find that's like, oh geez, oh Lord, oh gosh, maybe you don't. It may be just me. And then we're gonna reverse. So tailbone rounds, belly in, spread the shoulders. I don't know that I have it in this direction. Here I feel super fine. Tailbone under. I don't have that big of a curve. Let's see what happens if I, okay. It's pretty active, so I feel at least safe here. And now I'm gonna go into the other one again, where I feel quite unsafe. So I feel fine at my normal range, but then I sink and I allow the sitting bones, the tail to lift a little higher, head to go a little higher. Oh, right. And I just want to stay here, breathe here at this edge point. And then lift. And we'll do a few of these, go at your own pace. And inviting in that challenge of just going past the comfort place to someplace that's a little bit intriguing, scary, different. Can you soften the belly there? Is there profound grip? Hello, Mr. Midnight. And round, you know when the animals come in that there's something going on. And let's do, oh, Mr. Midnight's really coming in. One more time. And then we'll extend to a downward dog. And in all that investigation, does it illuminate your dog in some way that's new or fun or like, whoa? We did a lot of same as last week. So we opened the shoulders, open the hips, open the mid back, all these very sort of very precise strategic openings that may all show here in some way or another, or reveal something new. I can say at least superficially your down dogs look different and fantastic. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, nice long extended spine here. So lift that butt up, heart forward. Yes. Exhale, fold tummy in. Let go. Head shaking out. And we'll rise up together. Arms go high, reach tall. Take it into that extension. Oh. And then stand strong and tall, shoulders on the back, hands at the heart. Reaching to the earth with the big toes. Feeling the arches rising up through the knees, pelvic floor, belly, neck. Setting the self up. It's like all the endocrines are lined up in their right spots to function optimally. Release your hands down. Inhale, breathe. Up, up. Exhale and fold forward, I should say. And organs. We hope inhale, lift the heart, looking forward and step it back. We're going to have our left leg back, right leg forward. Let's go ahead and drop the left knee so we have some stability for now. Walk your right foot over a tiny bit. So it's give a bit, almost a foot apart,
six
six inches to a foot width.
Arms are
Arms
up,
are up,
or
or
hands
hands
can
can be your hips
to
to make it a little bit more comfortable.
We're
We're gonna lift that back knee now
and
and dip that knee
and
and try to keep that front leg steady. So we're gonna dip that back leg and straighten it. Bring your attention into your glutes. Think of both buttocks squeezing into the midline, pushing through that right foot to activate that right glute. So this is really in your buttocks. So maybe even hold them as you lower and straighten, bend and straighten that back leg. We'll do 5. I'm shaking. That's how intense this is. 4. If I focus on the glutes. 3. Squeeze them in. 2. And 1. Keep that back knee bent. Raise the arms. Straight arm twist. Left arm forward. Right arm back. Make sure that left hip stays in its own lane. It doesn't cross into the right lane. Reach through those arms. And bend forward, left hand to the floor, inside of the right foot, right arm up. Nice twist here. Can you keep squeezing that right glute? Toning it. Bring the right hand down. Maybe you want your block. Stretch that right leg straight. Fold over that right shin. Push down through your left heel, stretching the calf. Pick up the ball of the right foot, stretching the front calf. 2. Pivot to the left, bend that left knee, side lunge, right foot flexing. Spine tall. Come back to the front of the mat, step left foot forward. Inhale, extended spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to a back bend, hips forward, head back. Arms back. Hands come through the heart, down to your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Step back with your right foot, lower the right knee. Hands come, we'll bring them right to the hips. Widen your left foot a bit. Lift your right knee up. Maybe hold your booty. Push through your left. Make sure your foot's under the knee and push down. Squeeze both glutes, bend and straighten the back leg with your focus on nice round glutes. Squeezing in toward each other. 5, 4. Really in that left hip and butt. 2, 1, arms up, straight arm twist. Reach those arms apart. Keep that right hip forward. And then right hand to the mat, left arm high. Try not to sink that right hip. Keep squeezing the glutes. Juicy twist up the spine. Left hand, maybe a block here. Stretch both legs straight. Forward fold over, left leg. Right heel to the mat, left toes lift. Double calf. Pivot to your right, bend the right knee. Nice stretch here. Get what you need out of this. So, make it for you. Bend that left knee, walk it toward the front of the mat, pivot. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, forward fold. Push down to rise, arch it back. Hands come to the heart. Arms come down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Left foot, right foot, plank. Chaturanga. Upward U. Downward U. And breathe. Through the nose,
pelvic floor in and up, belly in and up, toning here. Finding those deep, deep muscles. That gorgeous skeletal muscle. Stabilizing muscles. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or jump to the front. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, deep bend. Inhale, rise up and back. Hands to the heart. Release the hands down. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, look up. Right foot, left foot. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Oh, downward dog. Pull up the pelvic floor, belly. Squeeze it. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, feet to the hands. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, deep bend. Rise up and back. Big inhale takes you there. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Bend those knees, sink to chair. Hands to the heart, left elbow outside right leg. Keep those knees aligned, hips aligned, twisting to the right. Open the arms. Hands to the ground, knees to the upper arms, tip forward, crow or not. Hold the shape, tummy in and up, heels up if you want. Or toes stay on the floor, but use your abs. Careful in the abdomen. Put the feet back down, forward fold. Feet are a little bit apart. Grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Look up. Careful here. We're squeezing the tummy. Fold forward. Bend those elbows. Slide shoulder blades up toward the hips. Knees can be generously bent or legs can be long and straight. Biceps pulling you deeper. Release those toes, walk the feet together. Chair pose, bend the knees, arms up. Hands come to the heart, other side, right elbow outside of left leg. Line up the hips and knees, open the arms. Nice. Fold forward, let it go. Widen the feet, slide about a foot apart. Slide the hands below those feet. Walk the toes up to the wrists. Again, knees can be bent, legs can be straight. Pull the heart forward, buttocks back. Fold over your legs, melting here. Legs could also, as I said, be straight. Standing hard on those hands, pull the forearms. There's room. Up toward the elbows, arms into the shoulders, to the sockets. You're leaning forward, but you're obviously not falling. And then slide your hands out, knees to the upper arms again, to crow or not to crow. That is the question. Knees toward, feet toward butts. Feet come back down. Malasana. Place the feet on the ground. Squat. Push knees into arms, arms into knees. Lift front of spine. Lovely. Pelvic floor. Maybe your butt's up a little bit more so you can use your muscles in your legs, more of like a sumo squat. Whew. Did you guys practice that dragon squat from last week? That was nasty. She's nasty. It's a good one though. Okay, hands to the floor, lift the hips up, drop the head. Shake it. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Step back with your left leg. Lower your left knee. So we're in a lunge. And straighten your front leg. Flex the foot. Roll the leg internally and externally. Grab your block, put it stably, somewhere stable, under your right thigh, and start to walk your right leg forward into some kind of Hanuman. Straighten your back leg. So I have the block under my behind my right leg, my left leg straight-ish, my hips are forward, and I'm just looking for me here, finding sensation. So I'm trying to line my hips up forward. Ooh, there it is. Internally rotate the back leg. Melt your shoulders. Find a way to just soften. Again, who, where, what is the resistance? Somewhere in me. I'm the one holding the tension. I am the one holding the tension. I can choose to let it go. And just notice, even if it doesn't change the depth of the shape, but I believe it might, it changes maybe how you exist inside it. If you want, you can just chill out over that front leg. Come off the block carefully, letting your right side come down. Sweeping your left leg forward. Nothing too prescribed here, just shake out the legs. Just with very comfortable sort of raggedy and find a seat and breathe. Letting your nervous system know you're good, everything is fine. You're just challenging it in an interesting exploration. Bend the knees, bring the feet in. Shake out the legs here. And then bring your feet back. Stretch to a down dog. Left foot steps forward, back knee down. Block behind that left leg. And we inch ourselves. Oh, you know what? Sorry, we didn't start there. My bad. So first, just straighten the front leg, back knee down, stretch the front leg straight. And internally, externally, rotate that front leg. See if the chest can go forward here. And then slide the block under the left leg, between the knee and the hip. And start to slide into two straight legs. Finding your way to having both hips forward. Outer hips squeezing in. And then kind of watch as your own nervous system, as you, arises. Can you find the place where stress is being held, tension is being held? There's a belief there, or there's something there. Protector there. Happens if you just say, hey, protector, I see you, and thank you. Is there a scared part there? What happens if you say, I see you, hear you? In real time, can you observe that? Is there a shift? Maybe not. Maybe let go over the leg, folding over it. That's indeed letting go, might not be. And then sliding out of it carefully over to one hip. Oh, bring the back leg forward. And in a very relaxed way, shake it out. And the knees. Bring the feet in. You may want to put blocks under the knees. Scooch to a distance that feels right. Lots of bodies prefer to have the butt closer to the feet. I don't. I prefer the butt a little farther away. Hugging, holding the feet with your hands, lift the front of the chest. Good, and melt down. Yeah. Slide the hands under the shins a little bit that way too. It's a little more grindy sound. I'm nudging the balls of the big toes together and putting like an imaginary sealant there. I'm sending my breath into a very agitated part of me, which are the flanks of my lower back. Very agitated in this position. And if you came from a house way centuries ago, where someone would say to you, oh, get over it, or that's not that bad, or that's not really, you're fine. You're gonna be doing that to yourself. So you'll feel things and before it even rises barely to consciousness, you will have said, nah, be quiet, I'm not paying attention to you. It's not, no indictment of anyone, it's just what happened. And it may be what you're doing inside yourself. And these things go overlooked for long periods and then boom. Lift your heart up. Take your hands to your knees and pull them together. Oh. Just hold your shins for a second, round into a bit of a ball. It's like a seated ball. Soothing your chin is dropped. Breathing up and down the spine. Letting your feet come up maybe. And coming into it's sort of an interesting way to bring yourself into a boat. Kind of in a soft, sweet way. Oh. And because we started from a roly-poly, you may find that you're a bit of a rocking chair, and that's kind of cool. My hands are forward now, my belly's holding my knees, look at my chest. And then slowly round down to your back. La 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 la. And stretch your left leg long. Circle the right knee at your chest. Pull the right knee toward the right shoulder. And just as, again, a super sweet little twist here. We won't spend long here as we already did. The right knee comes across, right arm open. Point the left toes, just kind of a cat stretch here. And then both knees in. Right leg long. Circle your left knee. Pull it toward your left shoulder. And the spinal twist. Knee comes across, left arm open, right. Toes extend, just feel the spine. Just maybe way more elasticy than before. And then knee comes in. I'm just moving away from Bruiser in case he's forgotten who I am when he wakes up and knees into the chest. And then stretch your legs out. And hold your head up. Rock it side to side. Center your head. And lower it down slowly, carefully. And bring your shoulder blades onto your back. You're gonna have a really good sense, I think, of what that means right now. And then roll your arms and legs. Crack some knuckles. And if you want to put your blocks anywhere or anything anywhere, please do that now. Chest is open. So check your shoulder blades that you have the most width across your collarbones. They're very wide here. And once you're all arranged, take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath. Exhale. Let go. The heaviness of the bones. Strong, healthy bones. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath. As you exhale, yawn, stretch. Bend the left knee, roll to a ball on your right side, and breathe into your back. Breathe in calm, breathe in safety. Support. Turning toward the floor a little to push down and rise up. Come into a nice tall seat. So today we played with the nervous system with observing when it gets right kind of at that spark of anxiousness or fear and meeting it right there. Playing with neuroplasticity, expanding our window of tolerance. There's a whole faction of people who believe they've at least drastically mitigated their autoimmune conditions from this type of work. It's kind of a fascinating premise. Reach the arms up to the sky. And slide the palms to the heart. Letting the shoulders relax. Look inward. Imagine that your head brain could drop into the heart brain. As if the entire universe were in there. And the song of that universe is this Om and Om. Thumbs to forehead center, we bow humbly to the mystery of all, to one another, to ourselves. Thank you so much. Happy almost birthday, Karen. And I'll see you guys next week. Mwah. Happy summer, I love you. Happy July.